Can you take me one? Yeah.
Test, test. Test, test. Josie, test, test.
L'ambassadeur nigérien.
Test, test, Josie, testing.
Come to the embassy a lot because I was working in Nigeria for some time.
Ah,
Yes. So, yeah, so it's
that's
good to see.
interesting.
Yeah.
So you're regular in the embassy in Iran.
Yes, I come to your embassy several times. So now
Where are you
that
now?
I know you, I should be coming there and say, I know Baba.
Good. I will be happy to see you.
I will sit here. Okay.
Please take your seat. We start.
I invite you to take your seat and close the door. We start. So. Welcome, everybody. We have this great honor to have a book launch. And as we have also greetings throughout the 3 days, the very short 2 minutes greetings from two representatives of universities. But first of all, I'd like to really welcome the panelists, and especially Dr. Ignace Haaz, who is the chief editor, managing editor, we call it. But he's really the brain and the heart and the hand and everything with his team behind the books that we publish. As an introduction, I just want to show you the importance. We started these publications with a conviction that access to information and knowledge is crucial. And I was traveling and working in universities in the Global South for decades, and I've always seen carrying the books is not enough. And when I came next year, they were stolen from the library. So I said, let's go online. And then you cannot steal it from the cloud. And so we went online and we went for free. We published already, and we will hear it from him, over 250 books in our own publication house. We are a publishing house. We have already over 2 million downloads of these 250 books. And that is the contribution that we try to make with our publications. And now we have the honor for a book launch, but first we have two greetings. Peter Mbaro, yes, from CUEA, and then representatives of the Universidad de los Andes in, where is she? Yeah, okay. Peter Mbaro. Just 2 minutes. Greetings from CUEA, the Catholic University of Eastern Africa, hosting institution of our East Africa office.
Thank you very much. To all Global Ethics family members here present, greetings from the Vice Chancellor of the Catholic University of Eastern Africa, Professor Stephen Mbogua, and the entire Catholic University family. The university being a consortium member and having been chosen as a center of excellence, and also the host of Global Ethics.net East Africa desk, appreciate the collaboration with Global Ethics in mainstreaming ethics in higher education. We are here today to promise to be in the front line as we work towards achieving the goal or the objectives of Global Ethics Net. It is our commitment to make sure that we build an ethical society right from the beginning when we encounter students. And that means we are committed to help even those who are being trained at the Catholic University as teachers, who will move all the way to the beginning of the academic journey of our young people to always mainstream ethics in whatever they do. And this has been the commitment of the Center for Social Justice and Ethics, where I am the director, and in collaboration with Global Ethics and Net East Africa. It is our wish that as we leave this place, we will go back and impact our societies with ethics so that people can have an ethical reasoning so that we can change the panorama that we are experiencing today of unethical conduct and behavior. Thank you very much, and God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Professor Mbaro. And we have, in the meantime, already a close friend, because we heard you several times in your capacity as director of the Center for Ethics from your university in South America. So we are happy to hear you. Your greetings, briefly.
Thank you, dear authorities and dear colleagues. I just want to thank you for the extraordinary conference. And it has been a great honor not only to be able to attend, but to be invited to share our experience with teaching ethics across the curriculum at the University of Los Andes. Today is Global Ethics Day. I just want to say that Global Ethics is about making every day a Global Ethics Day. Ethics means asking yourself each time if you are doing the right thing in every aspect of your personal and professional life, and as a citizen, as a leader, and as a citizen of the world. Global Ethics Conference is an opportunity to renew our commitment to ethics as a way of living. And I want to thank you all for that.
Thank you very much for these greetings from South America. And with this, I hand over to Dr. Ignace Haaz. He's a philosopher by origin, and coming from a publishing family, if I may say that, a very experienced and committed publisher. And as I said, it's one of the pillars of our activities, getting access, giving access to knowledge now, especially on ethics in a broad sense. You have the floor for this book launch. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Christoph. Well, I must first say that I'm not very good for promotion of my work myself. So apologize. But as Christoph said, I'm a trained philosopher, so I will try to focus on what is important, I think, for us here, namely ethics. But ethics might be also, an empty basket. Might be a situation where you discover that you are searching for values, for ethics, but your basket is still empty. And there is not any problem with this situation. This has been described by Sextus Empiricus as one of the great tradition of philosophical speculation about ethics, which is the skeptical tradition. It's to acknowledge that we are searching for ethics, searching for values, and we continue to do that with the most energy that we have. So that's the metaphor of the empty basket. But I must say that I never been long with an empty basket. And one of the good reasons for that is that I met Obiora, of course, 6 years ago as director. And we have this fantastic book project, which came to life a couple of weeks ago, which is a book that is a Festschrift in the great German tradition of the time. A well-deserved work on all the areas where Obiora Ike is achieving excellency over all these years with GlobeThicsNet, but also in his institutions in Nigeria. And so he has collected two distinguished volume editors who are here with me, who will now describe the project, because I think I said already too much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's an honor for me to be here today to present these books. I think there are two motivations that have inspired me to go to this project. The first one is that in 2007, I had the privilege of knowing Obiora, and we started the project of getting me to study in Germany. And then 2009, I finally got to Germany. So when I got to Germany, I was to do my doctorate. And I remember the first year, I wanted to return back to Nigeria because I was frustrated. I was having language problem. I was having a weather problem. I was having financial organization problems. So I met Obiora in the airport, in Frankfurt airport, one day when he was moving around and transiting. I said, Obiora, I think I'm returning to Nigeria. He said, you are going nowhere, that there is no difficult situation that lasts forever. So I went back, and then I continued to struggle until eventually, July 8, 2015, I defended my project, my thesis in Frankfurt University. And I sent an email to Obiora. I said, I'm defending, but I know you may be in Asia or wherever you are, but I'm defending just to let you know. And I was surprised that he flew down from wherever in the world and attended I just saw him in the hall on that day. So that was my first motivation. And I remember several times I took my thesis to him. I said, look, I don't know where I'm going to, I'm confused. In the airport, say, come, I have 15 minutes time in the airport, meet me there, and let's talk about it. And several times we've met and we have discussed about my project. So I owe that gratitude to him for the success of my doctorate. And the second reason why this project was launched was because each time I met him in Enugu, in his home place where he lived and worked, in his hometown, he always told me something. He said, if you want to help a person or a place, plant rice. If you want to help a larger community, plant trees. And if you want to help the world, write books. So that motivation, you know, when I came back from my studies and I joined the academia, I kept remembering that fact that write to change the world, write to change the world. So when he became 65 and I was retired from GlobeThics, I said, what other thing can we do? Let's bring his ideas together and see how that can help. I know he has written so many, we can't count. And my colleague here is going to talk about some of his works, but I think there are too many to mention. But I think one gift I felt as a student that can be given to him is to promote his ideas globally. And I hope that these books, there are 28 articles or manuscripts in this book, written by 39 authors from around the globe. And I hope many of them, we have issues of business, we have moral issues, we have religion, everything about ethics are written here. So I hope that when you get hold of this book, you're able to read it, read more of the ideas for Obiora, and through that, we can continue not just to propagate him as a person, but his ideas beyond this time. Thank you very much. And lastly, my colleague, how he came into the story is that we stayed in the same office in the when I came to the university, we stayed in the same office together, and we have generated several ideas together. So I speak about Obiora every time in the office. I say, oh, there's this great man, this great, you have never met him. He said, I've never met him. I didn't have the opportunity. And when I told him about this book, he said, oh, I've never met Obiora, but I'm ready to work with you. And that is how eventually we worked in this project, and he became a co-author, a co-editor to this book. So I'll hand over the microphone to Dr. Blessing now to say something. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Father Dr. Peter Gelewa, who is also the head of the department where I serve as a lecturer. Indeed, I'm so excited, as we do in Nigeria. So let me start on the existing protocol. So what I have here actually is supposed to be a citation on Obiora Francis Ike. If I'm permitted to do that, in our tradition, when you are doing citation on somebody, the person will stand. But if there's no time, I'll just take a highlight of what I have here. But before I start, I want to say that in Nigeria, we don't address our elders by name. It is a kind of disrespect. So I'm not supposed to mention his name, though I grew up in his environment. I've spent about 15 years in Igbo land for my first degree, my NYSC, and my PhD from the Great University of Nigeria, Nsukka. So at this point, I want to say, Dede, I want to do a short citation on you. Monsignor Obiora Francis Ike was born in the year 1956 in a typical African village, Gaswa, in Zamfara State. But Professor Ike hails from the present-day Enugu State, Nigeria. Professor Obiora Francis Ike is now 66 years old, of great honor and exploit. He is a reverend father and a theologian with a towering image and reputation globally. Professor Obiora Ike is a multilinguist. He speaks and writes 8 languages: Igbo language, his mother tongue; Hausa language, where he was born; English language, French, German, Latin, and Greek and Hebrew by education and association. He started his educational and ecclesiastical career early in life that took him through 11 schools in 7 countries around the world. He attended All Hallows Seminary, Onitsha, and St. John's Seminary. He read economics from the University of London, obtained Cambridge certificate in economics and history, diploma in international studies and diploma in journalism from the University of London. He has a bachelor's degree in theology from Bicard Memorial Seminary in Enugu and bachelor's of theology from Austria. He has a master's of philosophy and master's of theology degrees from the University of Innsbruck, Austria as well. He did his philosophy dissertation and a doctor of theology from the University of Bonn, Germany. His academic writings have been translated in 5 languages: Polish, German, Hebrew, French, Greek, addressing various concerns in business, management, social ethics, theology, and intercultural studies. As an academia or as an academic teacher, external examiner, moderator, supervisor, and mentor to thousands of undergraduate and many masters of arts and doctorate holders across Nigeria and the world, he has created integrated international superhighways, a website of academic, corporate management, business, and pastoral heroes at all levels. Today, Monsignor Obiora Ike has graciously served God and humanity as a Catholic priest for 41 years, still counting, and 46 years as an academic teacher, mentor, counselor, and moral influencer. Professor Obiora Ike is a prestigious and profound academic professor of ethics, philosophy, history, African and intercultural studies. He is honest, courageous, and steadfast in all of his dealings. He's a business developer of tenacity and endurance. He has been a very wonderful person in the Globe Ethics family. Professor Obiora Ike is a founder and a director He has done a lot in this area. For want of time, I think I will skip some of them. Professor Ike has instituted small and medium scale entrepreneurial promotion and training association over 20 NGOs in Nigeria. For instance, he developed several projects in Nigeria that has impacted the lives of many, including Micro Enterprise Development Corporation, Nigeria Congress of Catholic Prison Pastoral Care, among others. He has chaired several bodies, as we all know. Professor Ike has been the brain behind the commission of the Catholic Diocese of Enugu, Growing Business Foundation in Nigeria, Africa Fund and Self-Reliance, Child Defense Foundation, Enugu Development Trust Fund, Nigeria Association of Catholic Social Scientists, Muslim Christian Dialogue in Enugu State, International Prison Chaplains Association in Canada, Justice, Development and Peace Coordinator, Eastern Nigeria, Development Education Center for Women Programs, Youth Organization Development and Leadership, Onitsha Ecclesiastical Province Commission, Nigeria Association of Catholic Prisons Pastoral Care, Poverty in Africa Alternative, among others. Professor Obiora Ike has bagged several honors and awards. Very prominent one is the Monsignor Papal Chaplain by Pope John Paul II, Vatican in 1999. Thank you very much. Finally, according to Bishop Anthony Okonkwo, he said concerning Obiora, Obiora Ike is a young, obedient, dynamic, and highly inspired man whose brainchild, the Catholic Institute for Development, Justice, and Peace, has grown over the last 20 years to positively impact the life of the clergy, religious, and laity of the Catholic. We are proud to say you are obedient servant of the Most High God. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Peter and Blessed. So we are really blessed to have you both in this book project. And this is not only about the great achievements of Obiora, this is really also about understanding the great issues in Nigeria and in the African continent on ethics, media ethics, theology, and education. So I really recommend, of course, you to access for free the book on our website, and also to purchase copies, which may be for 30% discount for Global North and 50% discount for Global South today. I want to pass now to the second project that we want also to launch today. This is a Chinese translation of our great series of books on water ethics. And I must say that this is a fascinating project because sustainability in ethics means also, you know, building projects over time, unfolding projects in different languages, trying to be useful to contextual applications of ethics in various fields of life. And I pass directly the floor to Benoît Girardin, who is former ambassador, Swiss ambassador in various countries, among which Cameroon, Romania. And he will now introduce you to this fantastic book project and translation.
Thank you, Ignace. Thank you, Ignace. I was supposed to speak after the president of the workshop for water ethics, Evelyne. But okay, sorry, ladies first, but with an exception. So basically, we have worked out through several conferences in Geneva about water-related issues. We have collected a wide diversity of disciplines along the chain, from collection of water to recycling of water. diversity of disciplines, legal, biological, chemical, physical, economical, political, philosophical, as well as field experiences. So we have collected, let us say, thoughts, experiences, checks from different disciplines and different experiences. And then it has identified the terms of conflicts about water use and management. We should not be naive. There is a lot of conflicts all over the world between tribes, between countries, between regions, between areas about water use and water management. And our, let us say, adventurous discovery throughout this series of conferences was to observe how conflict management between different users who all claim to have a maximum of volume, can usefully refer to ethics to meet the requirements of a sustainable water use and fair water use. Yes? And then we have articles, small articles about cities, plants, companies, farmers, fishers, households who claim free access to a limited resource. You have countries that might share transboundary aquifers. You have their claims and expectations. They might conflict with each other. And the whole job is to set priorities, and that require a shared assessment of each stakeholder's needs, but also its savings capacities along the year's seasons. And then we realize that each stakeholder has to declare responsibilities and commit to its commitment and stick to. Yes. And so we realize that ethics makes a difference. Without ethics, you have the limitation is denied or minimized. The water is used as weapon or to blackmail others. The farmers and industries come first, or the wealthy come first. The power game about resource, the real cost charged to poor and discount prices too big. The pollution concealed and minimized. The water seen as a market good, and the resource use is unsustainable. And this was the discovery. Ethics is the heart of effectiveness. Limitation seen as constructive, rules shared by up and downstream countries or riparians, all stakeholders fairly considered and considering each other, sharing rules and commitments, and share the costs on a tariff tier-based. And then the conventional classical polluter pays principle, which is a reflecting responsibility, water as a common public good and not a market good, and resources use turning sustainable. This is my presentation. Before, and of course, the book has been issued in 19 in English, in 2020 in French. That was not very difficult. In 21 in Spanish, and surprise, in 22 in Chinese. I'm sure the translation is solid. I cannot check it, but I'm sure. And I just want to pay a tribute to a 90-year-old person living in Switzerland, and Mr. Marcel Heiler, and he could not join today because of health issues, but he made a good use of his legacy capacities. And then we can give you the word to Evelyne, who is chairing the association, and she is living partly in Geneva, partly in Singapore.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor today to speak on behalf of the Association Workshop for Water Ethics. We would like to warmly thank the Foundation Globethics.net and its excellent publication team Thanks to them, we can launch today the 4th version of Blue Ethics, a book translated now into Chinese. The didactic purpose of the book is obvious. Better understand the problem of water, because there is one all over the world. The readers get some tools in order to better be aware, first, of the value of water, and second, that they are the actors of change in the matter of water. The 2 editors of the book, Mr. Benoît Girardin and myself, Evelyne Ficheter-Widemann, would like to emphasize that there are 2 parts in the book. First, water ethical principles and guidelines, and second, explanations and concepts like water stress, underground water, and water in war times. It is time now to warmly thank the translation team. First, the sponsor, the Swiss Chinese Law Association, and the translator in China, Mr. Jinfei Zhang, and last but not least, the supervisors in Singapore, Mr. Chichen Chang and Mr. Wei Liu Go. It is my conviction and our association's one that in order to diminish water stress and water conflicts, one should fight against ignorance and promote education in the management of water. Please have a look at the contribution 23 of the book, the one presented by the Foundation Child's Dream. Access to fresh water should not be a dream anymore, but a reality. Isn't that the goal of everyone here? I leave you with this question, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for this message. Now we have so much to present here. Before we go to the presentation of a new adventure with a new journal, I would like to ask Obiora to come to the front. And if I may ask our Chinese volunteer to come to the front also, so that Benoît will hand over the Chinese version. Please come to the front. So it's our great honor to officially hand over this Festschrift, as we say in German and in English and in Chinese and in Igbo. So a tribute to Obiora Ike for the immense work. We had the honor to and possibility to honor you yesterday evening also, but this is a special honor for you, this book.
Come,
yes.
Come, the authors.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, yeah, sure. Now wait. We hand over the Chinese version of the water ethics book from Benoît, who is a hard-working ambassador, retired former ambassador for this book. And thank you so much. And also thank you for Ms. Ficheter for the whole work on that. It's an important, we have many books in Chinese also published already. This shows this multilingual capacity that we want to encourage. And I would like to use the chance to also invite Hubert, are you here from DRC, please? You know, DRC Congo is one of the most important water reservoir and resources in Africa, Congo. So please hand over. Thank you very much. We take now the French version. No, this is the here. And yeah, come here. And you hand over the French version to our colleague in Congo DRC. Water ethics is so important in Africa. Thank you so much. And we have the Spanish version. Please come from South America. You stay here. So please come to receive the, stay here. So we see the multilingualism is not a theory, that's the English one. This is the Spanish one. So maybe, yeah. No, it's okay. So then we have, it shows our commitment to multilingualism is reality. So having a blue ethics, a water ethics book in 4 languages, and then also the principles, principe et ligne directrice, the principles on water ethics that was approved by the board as guidelines. So keep the book for the photo. Yes. And even this was in 4 languages. So thank you so much. Take your seat. Thank you. And now we have another innovation, you know, step by step. We started with a library, online library, 3 million documents with our own publishing house. And now a new adventure is also to go into a journal publishing. Oh, why another journal? Because we have so many, and we see it in the room. Most of you are also authors, and you are teachers. And we have many who would like to publish their articles. And so we decided to have our own journal, journal on global ethics as our topic. And our editor-in-chief of that introduces it. And of course, the whole department. Amélie, if you may stand up also, because it's in your department. This whole department, the director of the academy, where the publications and including this journal is under your responsibility, high responsibility. And so you have the floor to launch this book. And then I announced already, Fadi, where you? Yes, you will receive then this. So take seat here.
Yes, I must really thank Amélie for really being very strongly behind something which was not so easy to get a journal on our platform. We did it in 6 months. Imagine, from scratch to publishing the first issue on Friday. We had the chance, you know, as hard workers do, there is often a momentum where you have some chance, so you need to take it. We had a chance. The University of Fribourg was launching a platform for journals. They wanted to encourage not only universities around Romandie here, so the Swiss universities, Fribourg, Lausanne, etc., to join, to create journal titles, but also international organizations which were having academic activities. And so we made the request to join this platform and we received a positive answer. But that was only the first step of the journey. We had also to think about the content. We had to invite, we have 17 contributions in the first issue with a section on scientific articles and a section on book reviews. We had to think about the design. We had professional designers to help us with the logo and always our dear Amélie, who was supervising. And I think you choose the tree logo, and I think it looks really nice. And then we had also to, of course, set up the journal website. It's an OJS platform. So it's the latest, technology, the best technology available for a scientific journal. This was not enough. We had to then implement this platform on our proper platform, which is a live-free platform. We did that with the help of Josie, who is not here, but who is taking care of the website and communications. And finally, we could, publish the first issue. So I want to thank all those who contributed. The first issue, content-wise, is a Festschrift again for Obiora, because one is not enough. Why just one if we can do two? So we have two Festschrifts for Obiora. And this is again partly contributions from the colleagues in Nigeria. We had the opportunity to have the good addresses from you. So why not use these addresses and ask them to contribute also for the journal? And by chance, they were willing to be part of the project. They even invited colleagues to join also the adventure. So we have, I think, a good balance between authors from the context from the country, Nigeria, from Africa, and also others from who have been invited, because we didn't have time to do a full call for paper as we will do in the future. It was based on an invitation for this first issue. Also with regard to the content related to Obiora, it was necessary to somehow adjust this exercise. But for the future, we have our series editors, our board of editors of the journal, who is meeting in a week, and we will define the thematic scope of the next issue. I invite you all to follow us. You will receive, of course, news from our Department of Communication, but also please register on the platform directly of the journal. You can just follow, the links to the journal. It's 3 clicks and you are there. If you register on the journal, you will receive all the information on 2 issues per year. So it's not too many emails. I assure you, you will not get bothered with unnecessary information. That's about, we hope, the crème of the crème, what we can do in ethics. What can I say more?
Thank you very much. I mean, who would do in the academic world in 6 months a new journal? And I think that is the beauty of GlobeEthicsNet. Let me add one word. Because I was convinced that, or I knew as an academic in universities are slow. And I'm a speedy person. So I would not fit into the academic world forever. So that's why we founded a foundation. We have a board, we have a director, we have a president, and we can decide. So this was only possible because we did it as foundation. And with that, I would like to ask Fadi, please come here and to hand over with a shaking hands this journal. You as the incoming director, as of 1st of January, you are also somehow responsible for this journal. And if there is plagiarism or anything, of course, we will blame you. And of course, and the dean. So you see, this is the journal that you have online, and the print version will come out. But sure, Emily is the key person behind this. Apart from, yes. Here. So it's a pleasure to hand over this. And I think you hand it over to the incoming director, because you are the brain behind that. Okay, you give it. Sorry for this protocol. As I learned in Africa, all protocols, almost all protocols observed. So you hand it to Obiora, and Obiora to you. Thank you so much. And yes, so with that, we close the book launch, and you have an announcement. Thank you so much for listening, and you see the rich productivity that we have and the outcome, and it will not